All right, we're joined now by the Cavs' Richard Jefferson. Richard, last June, after winning it all, we were all sort of focused on your story. It sounded like you were thinking retirement, and yet you decided to return. How would you assess that decision now, 8 months later?
I think it was a great decision. For me personally, it was more about experiencing all the things that came with being the defending champion. Seeing the banner go up on opening night, getting your ring, being around your teammates. And we have a great group of guys. We all get along really, really well. I think that was something that people found out in the second half of the season. But I don't regret it. And now I get an opportunity to play some more minutes and try and help, hold down the fort till all the guys get back.
What would you be doing now if you had retired?
I don't know. I'd probably, I've been working a little bit in the broadcasting realm and trying to do some stuff. So hopefully I'd be able to still be a part of the NBA in some way, or just being involved with basketball. I think that would probably be the most exciting thing for me.
I know you got a podcast. We're going to get to that in a little bit. Can you just sort of put in perspective for us what it means to finally get that title? You spent 15 seasons chasing it. Here near the end of your career, you finally realize that. What did that mean for you? What was the impact on you?
It was just such a feeling of relief because people might not be familiar with my story, but I lost in the national championship game when I was in college. I went to 2 NBA finals early on, and then I went to the Olympics. Was the youngest dream team ever, and we won the bronze. We weren't able to bring home the gold. So I had been so close in so many different levels. So to be able to last 16 years, 15 years, and be able to get that championship in that year, it meant all the work that I had done from high school, college, up until that point had been worth it.
Yeah, it's so many near misses for you. It was great for a lot of people to see you finally get that championship. All right, so now we're into this season, new season. How would you characterize what it's been like for your team this year?
Well, our team always, one of the things that our GM, Griff, he sent out this thing right when we went down 3-1. He sent out this note about how we always did things the hardest way. And that's just something that I don't know if we pride ourselves on, but we never make things very, very easy on ourselves. And this year's been no different. We've had some injuries. Guys have, obviously, Bron has, carried us and done so much for us, and we're going to expect him to continue doing that. Kyrie has had an amazing season. Same with Kevin. Kevin finally got that all-star nod, only to find out that his knee needed to have surgery. So our team never does things the easy way, and but when we need to step up, I feel like we do a good job, and I think you see the way we kind of ended going into the all-star break shows that we're kind of back on track.
In January, Lebron made some news when he asked for more help, saying, quote, "We have a top-heavy team. It's me, Kyrie, Kevin." How did that go over with the rest of the team, Richard?
I went really, really well, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I'll be 37 years old, so Bron is in a very unique spot. Part of the reason why we get along so well is because what's being said to you guys is something that's also being said to us as a group. And people wanted to talk, oh, well, how does that make all these guys feel? How does that make this person feel? And at the end of the day, we're in professional sports and we're men. I think Bron was not disrespecting the younger guys or the older vets, but you look at Channing Frye being one of our only big men, and now he's expected to roll. He's expected to do so much more, mainly because he was a spot-up shooter over his career. Kyle Korver is learning how to integrate himself into the system. So I don't think Bron was saying that as in a negative to all the other guys, just saying that the pieces that we need, which Griff and the organization has been doing a great job the last couple of years of putting them there. But I think Bron just wanted a little bit more help at that time, and I think he was just really, really frustrated.
Tristan Thompson, J.R. Smith, Iman Shumpert, everyone was cool with what he had to say?
Yeah, we don't take offense. That's our guy. We have each other's back, and just not to bring up last year because that was it. But the only way to be successful when you are down the way we were is if everyone is a cohesive unit. If you don't splinter, and if you think a couple of statements or a couple of tweets or a little, spat is going to make our team splinter, then I don't think people fully understand who we are and what we were capable of doing last year and what we believe we're capable of doing this year.
Certainly, you guys seem like you do have some fun. I think we have a video here that you posted to Snapchat of the rookie Kay Felder dressed as, you go ahead and tell. What is he dressed as, and what's this all about?
Well, he's dressed as an Oompa Loompa. I was fortunate enough through my Snapchat to be nominated for a Shorty Award. I think the voting either ended yesterday or ended today, and so that was kind of like a thank you to the Shorty Awards for the nomination, and thank you to all the fans. So I had him dress up, our rookie dress up as an Oompa Loompa, put a little message out saying thank you to the Shorty Awards, and then saying, he's the world's tallest Oompa Loompa, go vote for Richard Jefferson. And he was a good rookie. He participated, did it with a smile on his face. He was all about it. I ended up taking care of him. But when you have a good rookie like that, and that just shows you, that's our team. Like, you get a young guy that's out there fighting, but he'll do anything that the vets say within reason. And we just have fun with each other. That's something that even before the very last game, going into All-Star break, we're locked in, we're focused, but our team we're a very lighthearted group. And that just goes to show how close we really are.
How did you take care of him?
Well, I can't really say that on air. I just, I make sure we make sure he has a couple extra dollars, just little things like that. You're able to take care of the rookie who, he's on a minimum contract. He was a second-round pick, so you make sure you buy him some more dinners, you give him some extra spending money, some extra per diem. Those are things that you can kind of do because he helped me out. I think it got a lot of attention. It might have help increase my chance to win a Shorty Award. So, I got to take care of him in return.
And that's a short film? It's a sort of a short film contest or something like that? The Shorty Awards are a social media award. It's a social media award. So, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. So, they've started the Shorty Awards. It's been around for a few years, but a lot of it has to do with influencers, people that had really good years. I'm nominated in the sports category. So, I'm not that familiar because, as many people know, I just got on social media last year, and Snapchat was kind of my thing. And I was 36 years old when I decided to get onto social media for the first time. So I was still navigating all this stuff. So even though awards, I'm not too familiar with. I know your pain, Richard. I really do. Listen, Wednesday night, your old friend Bill Walton calling the Cavs game for ESPN's crossover event. And he told this story of you from back in your playing days at Arizona. Have a listen to this.
So here's a story about Richard. He's living in our house while he's going to Arizona. He and Luke are on the team and all kinds of other guys, and they're all there all the time. And so I'm off to the NBA Finals, and they say, Dad, Bill, hey, can we come too? I said, sure, let's go. So we all go. So we all go up to the game, to the NBA Finals. We're having a fantastic time. And then it's in the newspaper, and Richard Jefferson gets suspended. He says, what's up with that? Ruined his college career. I mean, come on.
All right, didn't ruin your college career, but you did get suspended, right?
I did get suspended. I'm not a very big fan of the NCAA, and it's just funny to me the hypocrisy that floats around. It's like, this was my roommate, this was my best friend, this was my teammate, and I go and spend time at his house just working out with him. And he has 3 other brothers that all play Division I basketball, so we're all working out together. There's other guys, they're all coming. Bill leaves to go do the game. And all of a sudden, I get a phone call from the NCAA is that, I'm suspended for an extra benefit, and that I'm going to have to pay back the ticket and pay back the plane ticket. And you're like, he went to UCLA. He's not an alumni of Arizona. It's just so confusing. And, I look at the kids today, and that was my one NCAA suspension story. But, yeah, I'm always, a little confused with what the NCAA rules are. And I don't think anybody fully understands, but it was something that I had to, navigate, and I wasn't too happy about.
I don't want to bury the lead here, but what was the most interesting part about living in Bill Walton's house?
Well, I know you said we were talking about the podcast, but I saw Bill at the game, and I asked him, I was like, hey, Bill, me and Channing and our sideline reporter, Allie Clifton, we're doing a podcast, and we've been doing it for a couple of weeks. Will you come on? He was like, Richard, we love you, and I would love nothing more than come on. So he comes on to the podcast after the game, and he talks for I'm like, Bill, 5-10 minutes, whatever you need. 45 minutes later, he's telling stories. He's going off. He's telling about how Lori, his wife, tried to kick us all out of the house because we were making too much money, and we've been in the league for years. So he has so many amazing stories. I have a ton of stories just from being, best friends with Luke for so many years and being roommates in college. And, he does a really, really good job of painting a good picture. But I can't tell you all the stories that I have.
Listen, this podcast sounds great. You and Channing Frye, and so you interview like teammates and stuff. Tell us a little bit about this.
Well, it started off with just us wanting to talk about being on the road. Like I said, Allie Clifton, the Cavs sideline reporter, myself, and Channing. But it's turned into really a team podcast. We view it as more of a sports podcast. Like I said, Bill, he's going to be on. I think we're dropping that on Monday. We just dropped Kyrie's today. And part of it was that, everybody's always able to tell your narrative. And I think in this day and age with athletes being activists, athletes having brands, athletes doing so much, that we wanted to be able to have guys be able to just sit down and joke and tell your story how you want. And, Kyrie got real deep on us, started wondering if we really did land on the moon, and started asking, is the world flat or round? And these are just random, goofy conversations that we have on the plane and we'd have on the back of the bus that, I thought would be really awesome to share with the fans, because they are lighthearted, they are goofy. Guys do have thoughts and ideas that aren't, what's your favorite shoe? When did you start playing basketball? Guys are more than just basketball players. I think that's limiting guys. And so I think now we have a platform that we're able to talk about it, and we're able to crack jokes. Like I said, Kyrie's, we just posted Kyrie's today, and the things on Twitter that are being said are like, Kyrie is blowing my mind right now. Just some of the stuff that the kid was saying, some of the books that he's recommended. And I think it's good because it gives people insight into who we are as individuals and who we are as a team. And so, we'd love to have more guys on from other sports or from other teams. And like I said, Bill came on and gave a 45-minute spiel on life, and that he was from Mars, and all sorts of crazy stuff. So we're having fun doing that, and I'm just glad that the reception has been so good.
Sounds like fun. Road Tripping Podcast with RJ and Channing Frye and Richard Jefferson doing that. Good stuff, Richard. Great talking to you. Best of luck to you guys the rest of this season.
No, thank you guys for having me.